the one y'all are. You ready for this war and to become an officer?
Come.
When that shit drop, you step all the way on they
Step up.
Come.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious minds, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin on kindness. I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweepers. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Nigga, I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dawg? Guns and butter, baby boy.
You want justice for your family member.
Getting somewhere. Well, guess what? My argument is simple, Tiffany. All I want is justice for my people. I want the people that caused this harm and this trauma and this pain and this hurt towards my people to know what it feels like. Right. I want them to know what it feels like to have their sons and daughters taken from them. I want them to know what it feels like to have their fathers to be sent into prison for a crime that they didn't even commit. I want them to know what it feels like to see their mother on drugs, man. And that is justice according to God.
You gotta come back to your God. In America, the white man can sell all the drugs he wants to. As soon as he feels like it, he'll legalize crack. So this is what you do. You go to Planned Parenthood and you tell them to kill all the white babies and to leave my damn babies alone. How about that?
That your pastor would never tell you. Your pastor would never tell you that you're a murderer. That you're a filthy, disgusting scum of the earth. That you want to kill an innocent child. It's all blood.
Don't touch him. You back up. Take a step. Take a step. One step. There you go. Let him come. Because if he crossed that line, it's on him. I just want it on camera, man. I just want it on camera. And I want everybody else to see what the brother looks like, man. He is red and heavy all over. Hey, hey, hey. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Hey, recover. Recover.
Yeah. Clap it up. Most High in Christ. Shalom, Israel. I am priest and also Dawashab of the ISUPK. Started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny Yohana. And I got my brother with me. Go ahead.
Priest and Officer 501 Yala out of ISUPK, Florida. Know what's going on.
Damn,
Can get it in today.
Hell yeah, man. Hell of a topic. You know what I mean? Y'all see the title, Adam to Jesus, 5 hidden identities of Jesus Christ, right? What if I were to tell you that Christ lived 5 times on this earth? Would you believe me? What if I were to tell you that you lived on this earth before? Would you believe it? Here's the thing, the Bible supports the idea of reincarnation. What you've been taught about the afterlife inside of the church has all been a lie. Everything points towards reincarnation, right? And this is what we're going to go over in the Bible today, proving Christ's existence on this earth before he came as Jesus Christ. All right. Shout out to Trooper Thumb on here. Shalom, warrior, Lord of Christ.
Shalom, Yabashim, Yabasabarakathum.
The waterfall hopping on, warrior. Got Officer Kamar as well. Shalom, Yabashim.
Hey, shalom, Yabasabarakathum.
Damn right, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. If anybody want to join the live stream, the link is posted in the chat, in the YouTube chat, and the Facebook chat as well. Just click on the link if you want to join the live. All right. If you have any questions on topic, feel free to ask. You know, you can type it in or click on the link and ask it directly. But big up to everybody that's tuning in, man. We appreciate y'all. So we're gonna get in and get this heavy breakdown, you know what I mean, that I'm pretty sure that you never heard anywhere else. You know, so this is what the prophets of the Lord do, teach the truth of the Bible. All right. First things first, right? What we want to get to, Nwan Yala. First thing first.
Want to start with scripture or the definition?
Yeah, let's start with the definition, right? So the definition that the brother is about to read is reincarnation. Now, for all of this to make sense and for you to understand it, you have to know that reincarnation do exist. When it comes to the Bible, how it's mentioned is either regeneration or resurrection, which is synonymous with reincarnation. This is something that Christ often taught in the Bible, right? And it's all throughout the Bible, right? So before we get the breakdown of who Christ was, before he was Jesus Christ, we first have to understand what reincarnation is. So if you got that word, you can go ahead and read it.
Come. Reincarnation is the religious or philosophical belief that the soul or spirit, upon biological death, begins a new life in a new body.
A new life in a new body. Read on.
It says human, animal, or spiritual.
Right. According to the Bible, you get reincarnated back into a human body. Right? So when you die, you don't go to heaven or hell. Right? And we know that to be true because of what? The story of Christ. Right? When Christ died, it says that he was on the right hand of the Father. Now, here's the thing. When he died, he was resurrected on the 3rd day.
Right.
What's commonly taught in religious setting is that you have to die in order to be with the Father. So what happened with the case when it came to Christ then? Right? You don't have to die to be with the Father. If that was the case, then Christ would never have to be resurrected in the first place. Right? The Bible said he is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. Right? He is the God of the living. Right. He don't want to rule over you when you die. You know, he wants to control every aspect of the universe while you're alive. Right? Yes, this is live. It's a live class. We are live in the building, in the flesh. All right?
Salakia.
Go ahead, soldier.
I don't mean to interrupt. Trooper Tazarop say he backstage.
No, we got him up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on now. The water trooper tells the Rock Shalom, Yabashim Rakatah.
Shalom, y'all. Bashim y'all Shabbat.
Most sign Christ, man. The water for hopping on. All right. So resurrection, that's what happens in the afterlife, right? Reincarnation is what happens in the afterlife when you die. When you die, your spirit comes back into a new body. Now let's see if the Bible supports that. You want to grab the first one, also the one, y'all?
If somebody could grab me on 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 34, right? So we finna go into reincarnation, prove reincarnation is biblical, because as many Christians believe, Muslims, damn near every religion on earth believe that you die and go to heaven and hell, but the Bible just does not, say that. The Bible says when you die, you return back into this earth. And we finna get the scripture for you right now. If anybody got it.
Come.
14:34.
Come. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy.
After death ye shall obtain mercy. What Christians gonna say? That's me going to heaven. that's me going to heaven. After death, I'm gonna obtain mercy. And the first thing Ezra said, if you should subdue your own understanding, you Christians, you have to subdue your own understanding.
Right.
Go to the understanding of this Bible, because just reading this right here, your own understanding will say, I'm going to heaven. That's your own understanding. I'm attaining mercy in heaven. Read the next verse.
Come, verse 35. Therefore, Salakia, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come.
So after death shall the judgment come. Christians will say that's what? Heaven and hell. After you die, you live righteously, you go to heaven. You live, unrighteous, you go to hell. Read the next verse. Read.
When we shall live again.
When we shall what?
When we shall live again.
When we shall live again. So where is that place of judgment?
Salagia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Right here on earth.
That's where it's at. Damn right.
That's the only time I see anybody alive.
Right.
Right here on earth.
Damn right, sir. Read on.
Come. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest.
Mm-hmm.
And the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
Right. So this is where you get judged. Depending how you are born into this earth, that's how people will know, he must have did something awful in his past life. He messed up. Because now you should be judged. Once you are living again, after that body goes into the dirt and feed the worms, that soul goes back into a new body, and you will live again, and then you will be punished or receive glory for what you have done in your prior life.
Right. Damn right. If I could just to chime in, because what you're saying is so heavy. It's even what you just broke down right now is even explained in nature. Right? There's not, in order for a new onion to grow, the old onion has to die. Right? A potato is the same way. Right? You start to see sprouts growing from that onion that's decaying and dying. Right? Life don't begin until the old dies. That body, the physical dies, and that's where the new comes up. Right? And it happens through life, right here on earth. Right? You was gonna say something else, Kamar?
Khan, sir, I'm about to say what you're bringing out is so heavy. It's also it's also spiritual too. Like you can't bring about the new man unless the old man dies first. Like in order for you to live, in order for you to be made brand new, you have to put away your old ways. You have to put away, walking after your flesh, doing the things and doing the things of the world. Like you have to become new, and that's even true, you know, spiritually as well.
Damn right. Yeah, damn right, boy. You know what I'm saying? And all of this is for us to do while we're alive. Even the things that you believe in. You have to restart your mindset and throw away the concept of heaven and hell and truly understand what the Bible speaks about when you die, right? All of that religious dogma has led our people to believe that we should just live life without caring what happens to us because we're going to go to heaven anyways. Like as if we shouldn't care about rulership or we shouldn't care about living a righteous life on this earth because when we die, we're going to be with Jesus. You know what I'm saying? That concept has destroyed us. When Officer Nwanyala just read, when you die, you're going to be reincarnated on this earth and you're going to get judged. That's when your judgment happens. Right? You was going to say something, Trooper Tazarop? I don't know if he was going to. I think I heard you say something.
Salaki, this off the motherboard. Shalom, how about your truck?
Hey, Shalom, how about your
I was gonna say, man, and when you die, you ain't coming back as no butterfly, no squirrel, none of that nonsense.
Oh God, right.
People believe, hey, I'm coming back as a butterfly or squirrel. What if you come back as a cockroach? You gonna get stepped on every day?
Right. You gonna just keep on coming back. That's true. Right. That's heavy.
You guys.
Right. That Salaki, I didn't mean to cut you off. You wanted to continue on?
Oh no, that's all I want to say because they believe in all that Egyptian stuff. Hey, I'm coming back as a dog. I'm coming back as a cat. Like that's nonsense, man. You coming back the way you was before. Whatever tribe you from, you coming back the same way. You a Judite, you gonna be a Judite. You ain't coming back as no Edomite, no stinking ass African or none of that. You coming back what you was, part of that tribe. You got it.
Damn right, sir. Damn right. You know what I mean? Like there's many beliefs out there. There's many religious beliefs out there that will say when you come back and they may believe in reincarnation, but they say when you come back, you come back as an object or an animal or a fly or an insect, right? When the Bible does not support that theory, right? That actually transitions into our next verse in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, and we'll get verse 9. Proven that when you come back as a person. You die a man, you come back as a man. You die a woman, you come back as a woman. Right? This is the system, the cycle of life that the Most High has set up. Was there anything else you wanted to continue to bring out, Austin the one y'all, or do you want to grab the next one?
That was it.
All right, Most High in Christ. Let's get Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. Cons being born again. Right. Go ahead, Oscar Kumar.
I was just about to say I got the scripture, sir.
All right, you got it, boy.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that hath been.
The what?
The thing that hath been.
The thing that have been, right, that existed, whether in the past life or in the present life. Right? What is that thing talking about? It's not talking about elephants. It's not talking about roaches. Right? What is that thing that it's talking about? Let's get 6 and 10 real quick. 6 and 10 real quick.
Come on, I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
That which have been is named already.
Is named already, which have been, which exists, what continues to recycle on this earth. Read on.
Con. And it is known that it is man.
It is what?
It is man.
No, it's an animal.
It is man.
A butterfly.
It is man.
That's what the Bible perfectly explains. Right? That's the process of life. Right? Go back to 1 and 9.
Con. It is that which shall be.
No, what did it read from the top, Baba Kasha?
Con. Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that have been.
So what is that thing that it's talking about?
Fly.
Go ahead.
Talking about man, sir.
It's talking about man. Right, that thing that have been, read on.
Con. It is that which shall be.
Right, that's what's going to repopulate the earth. Right, when you die as a man, you come back on this earth again. And you'll be born as a new creature, as a newborn, into a new body. And it just recycles itself. Right, this is how God set it up to be. Right, read on.
Con. And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Right, that thing is still talking about man. Right, there's nothing new on this earth, and the Bible's about to say that. Read on.
Con. And there is no new thing under the sun.
There's no new thing. The thing that is talking about again?
Man, says
man. It's talking about man. Right? We think just because society advances technology, like with technology and with devices, right? We think that maybe is talking about that. No, it's talking about man, right? Man is still the same on this earth. No matter how technically advanced society becomes, right? Human nature always is going to exist in man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the same thing that recycles back over and over again on this earth. Right? There is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything more on that?
So like it said, that's the end of verse 9.
What verse 10 say?
Okay, verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time.
All right. So you can drop that right there, and let's get the next verse, further explaining reincarnation. All right. Let's get Matthew 19 and 28. You want to tackle this one? Also, the one, y'all?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, let's get down.
That's the one. Can you hear me?
Nah, if you want to break this one down, somebody can grab the verse. Go ahead, Stoner.
I got it for you. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, and verse 28. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration.
In the what?
In the regeneration.
Oh, that's a key word, the one, y'all. What you think?
Go
ahead.
This who is Christ talking to right now?
Salaki. He's talking to the disciples.
He's talking to the disciples, right? So what does this mean? This means Christ taught reincarnation. Christ taught it. He's telling his disciples, those of you which followed me, past tense, in the regeneration, when the Son of Man, read on, my bad.
Come, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right. So like I was saying, this is Christ. He's telling the disciples this. He's prophesying this. So that means Christ taught reincarnation. I don't care what your pastor say. I don't care what your mama said. It's a lie. Christ taught this. Christ said that these disciples will be judging the 12 tribes of Israel in the regeneration. So let me ask y'all this: do y'all think that the disciples, that was unalived, and John that died on the island, right? Do y'all think the Lord just holding their soul for however long, however much time.
Sir.
Uh, because in the regeneration, meaning they're coming back in a new body. They're not coming back in that same body that they had as Paul, Peter, Luke. They're not coming back in that same body. They coming back with a new body, with the same spirit, with the same soul. They coming in the regeneration to judge the 12 tribes of Israel, to sit on 12 thrones for what they have done, for the sacrifice they made with Yahushua. And so, like, if I may, sir, if we make that same sacrifice, we could be judging those same 12 as well, sir.
Damn right. Damn right, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's heavy. You know what I mean? Like, those brothers that he was speaking to, right? He let them know that they're going to come back, right? How they're going to come back in a new body. Their spirit is what goes to the Most High, right? They teach that don't we teach that your spirit is energy, right? What does science say about energy? Anybody want to say?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Energy can't be created nor destroyed.
There you have it, right? So if your spirit is energy and it can't be created nor destroyed, what happens to your spirit then when you die? Right? That same spirit comes back to life, right? The Lord sends it back into a new body. So when Christ was saying this to these brothers, he's saying that your spirit that's in you right now, as John, as Peter, is going to come back into a new body, right? Let's read that cycle in Psalms. What is it? Psalms
104.
104. Let's get Psalms 104 and 29, Baba Kasha. Right? Ratazaya says Salaki and no, right. You're exactly right, warrior.
And if I may, sir.
Go ahead, get down to warrior.
Energy is renewable. That's what they say as well. It's renewable. Your soul, the Lord could, we've been here before. The Lord could have us on this. We probably been on this earth more than 1,000 times. Who knows? You would never. I think that's one of the precepts. Like, some of them don't remember. I ain't even gonna adjust. Like,
God, nah, don't sweat. No, I think that was the one in Ecclesiastes where it says, "You no remember of former things." Is that what you talking about? Yeah, con. You know what I'm saying? Like that's for sure, for sure. Like, there's no way we can trace back and be like, well, I was this person in my past life. That's not how it works.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, when you come back in a new body, you come back completely brand new. And like you said, that's one of the precepts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll definitely get that to y'all. Let's get Psalms 104 if we could.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I'm there.
You got it, word.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 1.
Start at verse 29.
29. Salakia. Verse 29. Thou hiddest thy face.
Thou hidest thy face, right? This is what he's speaking about, man, right? The Lord hideth his face from man, which is synonymous with death, right? Because the Lord is what keeps you alive. He decides whether you're going to live or die. But when he draws back from you, right, that's when you're going towards being dead, right? Having no more life, right? Go ahead.
If I may, as being blacks and Hispanics in America, we should understand this very well. We should understand this very well, sir. Lord hid his face from us for our unlawfulness, for our sins, and we seen death for it for years, thousands of years, sir.
Nah, damn right, brother. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? That's why we in the condition that we in right now, because the Lord is for sure hiding his face from us. You know what I mean? You know, because we don't want to serve him. We rather believe in religion that teaches nonsense like rabbits lay eggs. or New Year's is on January 1st, or Jesus Christ loves everybody. All of that is nonsense that causes us to continue to live in the condition that we in today. You know what I mean? But what we have to do, like Officer Kamar said earlier in the class, we have to start brand new and become born again. Right? Kill the old man and resurrect a new spirit in yourself. Right? Now, as for the physical, right, this is how the process is done. Right? Read that in Psalms 104 one more time.
Thou hidest thy face,
Mm-hmm.
they are troubled. Thou takest away their breath,
Thou takest away their breath. Read on.
they die.
They do what?
They die
Read on.
and return to their dust.
Mm-hmm. Your body goes where when you die?
To the dust
The
from which it
physical
came.
goes, right? Which is a burial, right? Your physical body gets buried underground, 6 feet underground, right? It's not when you die, your physical body goes up to the Most High as well, too, right? It stays in the earth. Read on.
Verse 30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit,
Mm-hmm.
they are created.
Right. They do. The Lord does what?
They are created.
He sends forth his spirit, and this is how you become reborn on this earth, right? When you die, your spirit goes up while your body lays in the ground. The Lord is the one that sends that spirit back on the earth as a newborn through pregnancy, right? And this is how you become reincarnated, right? It's like the cycle of life, or if you want to make it similar to the water cycle with condensation, right? The water evaporates, the mist goes into the clouds. That same mist starts to become heavy with moisture. That moisture comes back down in the form of rain. And it just repeats itself, a full cycle, right? That's the same thing with your life. When you die, your spirit goes up to the Most High. The Most High sends it back into the baby, and you come back as a newborn, right? I remember I seen a video, and if anybody's seen this as well, let me know, where it showed the exact moment when a sperm cell penetrates through a woman's egg, right? And they show the microscopic viewpoint of it. And during that process of the sperm going through that egg, there's like a quick flash that's shown. You ever seen that video?
That's
You
heavy.
never?
Con, sir.
You seen that, Officer Kamar?
Con, sir. Yeah, Salaki, I remember you told me about it, about the video. I went and seen it for myself, and I remember probably like a couple months or so after it, I seen a post on World Star Hip Hop, talking about the same thing on social media.
God, Most High in Christ, man. I should have. Let me see. I'm gonna try to see if I can get some videos up while we do this, but I should have had it in queue. But yeah, that's exactly how it goes, right? It can be in that exact moment where that life comes back, because this is how the Lord developed the process to be. Right? When you die, your spirit goes up and he brings it back down, like we're just reading right now in this verse. David is explaining that process, the life cycle. Right? Any more on that?
Another one.
If I can, Salakia.
Go ahead.
What y'all bringing out is heavy because everybody think when you follow all these false religions, false philosophies, you always think you're gonna come back as animals and all this. Y'all don't never say I'm coming back as a plant. A plant got life. You don't say I'm coming back as grass. Grass got life. That's why I grow again. That's like if you coming back as a goddamn animal. That's like you saying I'm coming back as a tire. The tire caught a flat. I'm getting rid of this tire. I'm coming back as a tire.
Right.
Like this the problem when you following all these false philosophies and following all these fake religions. You believe anything, and you don't know the Bible even when you read the Bible. Because the Bible don't say nothing about you coming back as no plant, coming back as a butterfly, coming back as a squirrel. Now you a squirrel running across the power line and get shocked again. Like you like a cat. What they say? Cat got 9 lives. You done lost all 9 of them. What you gonna come back as next?
Right.
You got it.
Damn right, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like it says in what First Corinthians, I would just quote it, First Corinthians 15, right, where it says, the Lord created terrestrial beings or terrestrial bodies and celestial bodies, right? He created all kinds of sorts of creatures according to their kind. The fish for the fish, right? Gator for a gator, a horse for a horse, an animal for an animal, man for man. So as a man, when you die, you're gonna come back as a man, right? You're not gonna come back as a creature that you never once were. You know what I'm saying? Because God created each creature for their own glory, for their own purpose. And for man, this is how our cycle is done. Right?
Hey,
When you
Salakia,
die.
one more time.
Yes,
One
yes,
more
sir.
time,
Yes, sir.
Salakia.
Nah, it's too
I
wild.
got into it with one of my younger brothers. I said, so you gonna come back as a mosquito every day to get swatted? You gonna come back as a fly? Like, come on, man. That ain't what they were talking about.
All right.
You gonna be in the same body, a human body like you was before. You ain't gonna be no damn squat, no fly or no squirrel or none of that.
Right.
You ain't gonna be no rabbit. You know how much the YT man hunt animals? So you just won't come back to get hunted every day again.
Right.
Right.
You got it.
Right. Right. You know what I mean? And we do got a question in the chat real quick. Trooper Ratazar says, Salakia, I have a question. Regeneration, is it every 4 or 5 generations? Or right now, the Lord did mention to the children of Israel that he will judge them to the third and fourth generation, meaning that the curses or the punishment that's written of in Deuteronomy will continue on through each generation, right?
Right.
Until the Lord decides to lift the punishments off of us. Now, as far as us coming back and being reincarnated, the Lord determines what generation you come back in. It could be the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th. That's up to the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? The thing is, you do come back. That's the thing you should understand, right? You do come back. Now, it could be the 4th generation, the 5th generation. That's up for the Lord to decide. Or he can prolong it to make it the 7th generation. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, your spirit always come back because that's what we just read in Psalms. Right? You got that for me again, Trooper Call with
Hey,
Thumbs?
Salaki, one more thing, because I'm
Yes,
about
sir.
to do class too. One more thing. I don't want to
Yes,
come back like Chris Rock did when he was doing that movie, the president thing. He came back as the Edomite.
sir.
Don't do that to me.
Right. Okay. When you come back as you die as a black man, you come back as a black man. You know what I'm saying? You know, for anybody that's listening, you know what I mean? You die a white man, you come back a white man. You die a black woman, you come back a black woman. You die a Hispanic woman, you come back a Hispanic woman. Native Indian woman, come back a Native Indian woman, so forth and so on. You know what I mean? How you leave is how you come back. It's even specific with the tribe, right? I'm a Levite. I die as a Levite. Guess what? I'm gonna come back as what? A Levite. Right? This is how it's done. This is how the process is done. Right? You're still gonna come
Right.
back within your generation, but whether it's the 4th or 5th, right? That's for the Lord to decide on how long you gonna come back. Go ahead and also know one, y'all.
If I may, First Corinthians, the 15th chapter, that's a real good chapter to read about resurrection of the dead and all that. Paul really breaks it down in that chapter. If I may get this verse real quick,
Mm-hmm.
1 Corinthians 15 and 38, it says, "But God giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. So like how you just go down, if you die a Levite, you're gonna come back a Levite because that's our seed. That's
Right.
the tribe that we was born in. So every seed, what you was born as in this life, you will be born as a man from the tribe of Judah in your next life. It will always be like that. It will never switch because
Right.
every seed to his own body. So like it.
Damn right, brother. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? There you have it. Everything we're saying is biblical. You know, we're not making this up. It's all in the Bible. Right? If you could read that one more time in Psalms 104, whoever had that. Or if somebody else can grab it. I don't know if he's still with us.
Salakia, what was the scripture?
Psalms 104, verse 29.
John Khan, I got it for you right here.
Go ahead, Soda.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 104, and verse 29. Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Thou takest away their breath, they die, and return to their dust.
Right. Read on.
Verse 30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth.
He does what?
Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth.
Right. This is how the Lord does it. This is the system, the design that he has set up for when you die, you become brand new in a new body. The cycle that the Lord has set up. Right? This is what David is explaining right now in the Bible. Right? We always knew this. We always understood this. The concept of heaven and hell never existed in the Bible. There is nowhere in the Bible you'll find that when you die, you're going to just be dressed in all white with God all day drinking wine. It don't say that. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about it, you can go to any funeral. It can be the most wickedest person inside of that coffin, but I
Right.
guarantee they'll always say that boy is in heaven. That girl is in heaven. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, damn, everybody going to heaven?
Right.
Not one person is like, well, that nigga's in hell right now. You know what
The
I'm
lobby,
saying?
the lobby full, sir.
Right. The lobby is definitely full. We in capacity right now. Yeah, all in heaven. You know what I'm saying? No, the Lord repopulates the earth. He renews the face of the earth through reincarnation. All right, you can drop that. Let's grab the next one.
Matthew 17 and 12. Somebody can grab that for me.
We got another question real quick while somebody grabs that. It says, do you believe when a baby is born, it's someone from your family? Khan, I do believe that. You know what I'm saying? It can be somebody from your past life. You know what I'm saying? Somebody within your family from their past life. Generations ago, coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how it's done.
And if I may, it could just be somebody, because your tribe is your family. So whoever that's in that tribe of Judah, be your cousin that you never knew years ago. It could be him. It could be whoever. Like, that's how the Lord, every seed. So whatever your tribe is, it could be your great grandfather. It could be, your great auntie, whatever. Every seed is gonna come back from that tribe. If you that tribe, the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Levi, whatever, if you that tribe, somebody from that tribe is gonna come back out from you. If you're, man.
Right. Damn right.
Somebody got that on Matthew 17 and 12.
Go, sir.
Start at verse 11. Well,
Con,
verse 10. Start at verse 10. Start at verse 10.
Con. The book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 10. And his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elias must first come?
Right. So the disciples asked him a question. Why is they saying Elijah? should first come. Why are they saying that? Read on.
And if I could, because just to mention as well, because the scriptures do say in Malachi that before Christ, the Lord comes, that Elijah is going to return, right? So go ahead, my bad.
Verse 11.
Come. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things. But I say unto
so how wait, real quick. How can Elias come if he was already dead?
It's like you.
Mm-hmm.
He had to be born again.
He had to be born again. He had to come in a new body, but that same spirit. Read the next verse.
Come. But I say unto you that Elias is come already.
Damn. Read on.
Come. And they knew him not.
Why did they know him not?
It's like
you.
Because he was a whole nother person.
Exactly. He was in a new body. If they was expecting Elias to come as Elias, as Elijah, in that same physical form. But what they did not know is that Elijah already came. Elijah was in a new body. Elijah didn't even know he was Elijah. And we could read that as well. But, Elijah didn't even know he was Elijah. That he said they knew him not. They knew him not because he came in a new physical form, in a new body, but that same spirit. Read on.
Come. But have done unto him whatsoever they listed.
Exactly. But done whatever they wanted. They did to him whatever they wanted because they just thought, it's just a regular nigga. Just a regular, another regular Jew. Another one. Let's do whatever we want with him. That's what they thought. But little they didn't know that was Elijah. That was a prophet from old. Just like today, how they unalive us today, but they don't know that we are prophets from old. They see us on the street corners, they don't know that we prophets of old. They don't know that. Finish the verse.
Come. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them.
Exactly. That's it on that, sir.
I think there's some more on that too, right? There's some more. Some more meat on that bone. What verse you on?
That's verse 12.
Come, that was in the 12.
Reading this verse, Bible for sure.
Come. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist.
Oh.
Right.
Uh-oh.
So Elijah is who?
It's Elijah. John the Baptist.
How?
Right.
If he's Elijah?
He was reborn into a new body, so it's Elijah.
Exactly. That's people think being born again. That's what Christ is trying to explain to who it was in John 3. What's his name again, sir? The ruler of the Jews in John
Nicodemus.
3? Nicodemus. That's what Christ tried to explain to Nicodemus in John chapter 3. Being born again isn't you going back into your mother's womb and coming out the same physical form. Look, the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. So John the Baptist was Elijah. How could he have been Elijah? How could he have been Elijah if he was John the Baptist? Because he's in a new body. The same spirit of Elijah, the same soul of Elijah that went up to the Lord and got judged and got put back into this earth was put into the body of the man named now named John the Baptist. That's it. That's all you need to know.
There you have it. Like he made it black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally right
Okay.
there. You know what I mean? In plain sight. Like, hey, John is Elijah. Like if that
Right.
don't prove to you that this is the process that we just read, right? Then what else could it be? How is that possible? Right? This is something that the Bible teaches, right? Did you want to grab the next one? Let's grab the next one. John 9 and 1.
Go.
Somebody can get me John 9 and 1.
Young man Charles has a question in the chat as well.
Oh, my bad. He said, is Obadiah 1 and 18 talking about Esau extinction? For the short answer, yes. Right? Esau will be extinct. Right? Precept to that is Isaiah 14. Right? Soon enough, his offspring will be cut off.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's gonna be made out to be a skeptical on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not gonna be no longer existing. You know what I mean? So for the short answer, Khan. Correct. Right. This for
I
time's sake,
know
this go ahead.
this could probably be the last on reincarnation one.
All right.
Go.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I have it.
All right, let's get John 9 and 1.
The book of John, chapter 9, verse 1.
Mhm.
And Yahushua passed by. He saw a man which was blind from his birth.
From when?
From his birth.
Meaning this man was born blind. Meaning as soon as he got out of his mother's womb and was laying on the floor, covered in blood, he was blind. All right, this is not something that he developed throughout his years of living, a condition he was born with. Read on.
Verse 2. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man
What?
or
This
his
what?
parents?
Let's slow
This
this down.
man,
This
who did sin, this man or his
this
parents?
or his parents. Who sinned? Now, why would the disciples ask a question like that if he was born blind? You mean to tell me babies are sinning? Go ahead.
Salakia. One of the parents was probably a sinner.
Not correct. You want to give it a shot? Like, why would they even ask that question in the first place? You want to give it a shot, Super Taza Rock?
Con.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they understood reincarnation.
They understood reincarnation. Now, how is it that he could have sinned with the understanding of reincarnation? If you want to explain that, Taza Rock.
Salakia is because he couldn't have sinned if he was born blind.
Mm-hmm.
When could he have done it if he was born that way? And how could he have sinned?
Mm-hmm. So that means he probably could have sinned when?
In his
Salakia.
Salakia.
Now go ahead, Taza Rock, real quick. My bad.
Salakia. Now I was just saying he only could have sinned, before his time, before he was born.
In his past life. Right. You was gonna say the same thing, Kawathon?
Khan.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Past life. Right? This is why they asked that question. Right? They want to ask the question if it was something that was taught unto them. And like we read in previous verses, this is something that Christ often taught. And sometimes he'll classify it as regeneration or resurrection, but it's all synonymous with reincarnation. You dig what I'm saying?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
So for the babies that are born in other ways besides being blind, is that basically someone being reincarnated that had a didn't live a past life, correct?
Right. That's a possibility. That's a strong possibility. You dig what I'm saying? In most cases, that's what it is, right? Whatever you did in your past life, like we read in Second Ezra 14 and 34, when you come back to life, is when you be judged. Is when you get judged by the Most High. You dig what I'm saying? So, and the thing is, there is no escaping judgment from the Most High. If you think death is the easy way out from judgment, you're sadly mistaking yourself. Right? You cannot escape the judgment of God. He'll either get you in your present life or he'll get you in your next life. You dig what I'm saying?
Con.
So yeah, so yes, babies being born, that could be a possibility. But there can also be another reason. If you want to read on.
Con out of Wakan. That he was born blind. Verse 3. Jesus, Yahweh Shai answered, neither have this man sinned
Mm-hmm.
nor his parents,
Mm-hmm.
but that the works of Yahweh should be made manifest in him.
Right. That could be another reason right there. Meaning what? What does that mean? I was watching a video, right, to help explain, right? I was watching a video where a brother had no legs. This brother had no legs, but he was in the gym, exercising, boxing, right? Doing chin ups, muscle downs, all of that in the gym with no legs. Now, what do you think that does for the Most High?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
It glorifies the Most High.
It glorifies the Most High.
Amen.
Right? So babies born with ailments and handicaps, right? Those babies are born with those conditions so they can fight through it. You understand what I'm saying? And all of that provides glory to the Most High. To show that, look, this man was born blind, but he's still in class though. Right? He was born blind, but he's reading the Bible in Braille, doing something, whatever you can do. You know what I mean? Like he's not letting his handicap stop him. And that is the spirit behind every brother that's possibly dealing with the same thing. If you have a condition, don't let it stop you from being the greatest person that you can be and serving the Most High. You dig what I'm saying? So that could be the reason as well too. But the strongest possibility, the reason why the disciples even asked that question in the first place, is because that you can be judged for what you did in your past life. You understand?
Come.
Sir.
So we broke down resurrection. Go. Somebody said Salakia.
Come, Salaki. I had a question and a comment.
Get down, boy.
The comment would be, would Psalms 90 and 3 be a precept to reincarnation? And then I got a question about Second Ezra's. Salaki. The question is Second Ezra 7 and 30, because I wonder what that means, and this is regarding reincarnation as well. Salaki.
Okay, let's grab the Psalms one real quick, and then we'll get to Second Ezra.
Khan. Whenever you're ready, sir.
I'm ready, War. You got it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 90 and verse 3. Thou turnest man to destruction, and sayest, return, ye children of men. It's like it's all the way to verse 5.
Okay.
For 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday when it is past, and as a watch in the night. Thou carriest them away as with a flood. They are as a sleep. In the morning they are like grass which groweth up.
So you asking if this is like talking about reincarnation?
Khan.
Khan, like this verse will be talking about reincarnation, right? That another verse to prove that the Bible teaches this process. It teaches this cycle, right? It's all throughout the Bible. So it's crazy how people can believe that heaven and hell exists when you don't find nowhere in the scriptures is talking about that. But every time it talks about life after death, it always mentioned the process of reincarnation. Right? So yes, that's a verse that could be used, right? Let's get the other one that you were talking about, second Ezra.
Con, this is second Ezra, and this goes to 32, sir. It could go to 35, but I'll stop at 32. Salaki. The book of second Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 30. And the world shall be turned into the old silent 7 days, like as in the former judgments, so that no man shall remain. And after 7 days the world that yet awakeneth not shall be raised up, and that die shall and that die and Salaki, and that shall die is corrupt, and the earth shall restore those that are asleep in her, and so shall the dust those that dwell in silence, and the secret places shall he deliver those souls that were committed unto him.
Right. So this is talking about Christ's return, right? This is talking about judgment day. A precept to this will be Thessalonians, right? Where it says the dead in Christ shall rise first, right? So the brothers that's in the truth that lose their life, right? They're gonna get life again too. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say the regeneration process doesn't happen in the time of their death or in the time of Christ returning, right? Those brothers are still going to be able to live again. They're going to be resurrected for the work that they put in. And then they're going to be brought back to life in rulership with power in their glorified body. You know what I'm saying? So this is more so talking about judgment from the Lord. When the Lord returns, when Christ returns, and he's bringing brothers back to life that died in the truth. You dig what I'm saying? That died in the truth.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I guess my direct question is, what does it mean when it say, and after 7 days, the world that yet awake, Salakia, not that one, where it says, and the world shall be turned into the old silent 7 days, like as in the former judgments, so that no man shall remain. Like, what is that? What is that talking about?
Right. The Lord judging the whole earth. You know what I'm saying? Like how the Lord is going to get people to not, focus on like themselves and praise themselves and, word about stuff that's not of the Most High. So he's going to judge it as in the former time, like he did with the flood, where people was living wickedly, doing everything they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And the earth became silent because everybody was dead. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was able to praise themselves. Nobody was able to kill and harm and do anything wickedly because everybody was dead. So when Christ returned, now the 7 days, you don't want to think about it literally, right? The 7 days is talking about a span of time. You know what I'm saying? Right? There's oftentimes the Bible will mention time frames, like even in Revelations, right? It mentions time frame, and Daniel's mentions a time frame, right? But it's not exactly that time. You don't want to be like, well, 7 days is up. Here it is. You know what I'm saying? This is when it's gonna happen, right? It's talking about a span of time where the Lord would be judging the earth and unaliving people that went against him. You dig what I'm saying? And then from there, he's going to restore his kingdom on his earth. And those that died serving him, right? Those that's in the truth, they're going to be resurrected first. They're going to be brought up in the chariot first. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Come. Salaki, if I may.
Go ahead.
So, but when it says, so that no man shall remain, is that talking about all humanity?
Well, not like more like mankind. Man meaning those that went against the Most High. You dig what I'm saying? Like not, yeah, kind. You know what I'm saying? Like the man that went against the Most High, that none of them shall stand. You know what I'm saying? But we know that us that serve the Lord, that we're gonna be preserved. You dig what I'm saying? We're gonna be in rulership, right? But those that don't want to serve him, right, they're not gonna be able to stand in that day. You know what I'm saying?
Concert the water.
Most High in Christ, boy. Most High in Christ. So we're gonna have to probably speed through these no one y'all.
Okay.
We got 1 hour. We gonna talk about 4 different niggas in 1 hour. Y'all ready?
Come.
So like if I
right.
may, y'all could come off mute too. Like we gotta ask y'all just, y'all just answer questions like if I may.
God, definitely for sure. You know what I'm saying? Definitely get off of mute, say what you need to say, but we're gonna have to get through it. Let's go ahead and grab the first one, right? Who the first one in the list?
Adam.
Adam.
I'm gonna prove how Adam is Christ. If you may, sir, on the first one.
You grab the first one? All right. Let's get Revelations 22 and 13, Baba Kashad.
I'll hold the precept for you.
Okay, the water word. And if I'm going too fast, y'all just let me know. Y'all can unmute yourselves or type it in. I don't know if brothers taking notes. You should be taking notes. You know what I mean? Brothers and sisters should be taking notes, writing down everything we bringing out. You know what I mean? But if I'm moving too fast, let me know. All right, we're gonna kind of breeze through these because we're short on time. All right. Whoever got Revelations 22 and 13, you can go ahead and read.
Come. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
I am Alpha and Omega.
Right, now we about to prove that Christ, Yahushua Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, was Adam in his past life. Christ was Adam, right? And in this verse, he says, I am what?
I am Alpha and Omega.
Alpha and Omega. That's the Greek alphabet. Alpha is the first letter in the Greek alphabet. Omega is the last letter in the Greek alphabet. Read on.
Come. The beginning and the end.
He is the what?
The beginning and the end.
He is the beginning and the end. He's just reiterating the same thing, right? He is the beginning, like the Alpha is the beginning, and he is the end, like Omega is the end. Y'all dig what I'm saying? So how is this possible? How could Christ be the beginning and the end? We know his end was as Christ. That's what he ended with, right? But how did he begin? Any more on that, Kumar?
Come. Just a little bit. It just says the first and the last.
First and the last. So let's see how he started. You got that for me, Ups in the one, y'all?
Come. 1 Corinthians 15 and 45.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is written, the first man Adam.
The first man Adam, right? He was the first in the truth, right? The first man Adam, read on.
Was made a living soul.
He was made a living soul, right? God gave him life by giving the knowledge of the truth, right? He was made a living soul. Adam is in the beginning. Genesis means beginning. Read on.
The last Adam.
The last what?
Adam.
Hold on. I thought Christ was the beginning and the last. Hold on. Do you mean to tell me there's 2 Adams now? No one y'all what's going on? There's 2 Adams. The last Adam. Right? Read on.
Was made a quickening spirit.
Quickening spirit, meaning quickening means giving life. Right? The last Adam that's able to give life is who? Who's the one that died so we can live?
It's a lot, you said.
Go ahead.
Christ.
Christ. So why is it referring to Christ as Adam?
It's a lot.
Go ahead.
Because Christ is Adam.
Give the brother air. You see how easy that was? See, you know, when you just say it, it just feels good to say, you know what I mean? Yes, Christ is Adam. The Bible just explained it to you right there. Right? The first time he came on this earth, he messed up. Right? He sinned against the Most High. Right? The Lord gave him the law, statute, commandments to live by, and he broke them. So what he had to do is come back to restore that. And he came back as Jesus Christ. So the first time he was Adam, the last time he came as Jesus Christ. Now he gives life. Now he teaches us how to keep the commandments, giving us the spirit of the law, the meaning behind every law that's written in the Bible, and how to properly fight against our flesh so we can keep it. That's what Christ came to do. All right? As Adam, he broke it, giving life. As Christ, now he gives life. The last Adam gives life because Adam is Christ, right? We drop that. We can grab the next one.
Kamar, grab me Hebrews 7:27. Kawathum or Tazarop, are y'all still here?
I'm here. I'm here out of one.
Okay. Kawathum, hold 2 Corinthians 5:20. Hold on. Read what you got. If you could get that. Right now. Kawathum. Kamar, read Hebrews 7:27.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 27. Who needeth not daily as those high priests to offer up sacrifice first for his own sins and then for the people's. For this he did once when he offered up himself.
Who offered up sacrifice for sins? Anybody?
And y'all can speak freely, y'all. You know, we in the rap.
I don't need to hear no Salakia. No, just answer.
Right.
Just answer. Who offered up sacrifice for sins?
Time's sake, you might have to give him an answer. The one you
Christ offered up sacrifice for sins, right? Read the verse from the top, Kamar.
Go. Hebrews 7:27. Who needeth not daily as those high priests to offer up sacrifice first for his own sins.
Did Christ sin? Kamar.
Lies.
So what does it mean first for his own sins?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
When he lived in one of the past lives?
Yes. That's who?
Adam.
Exactly. Read the precept that you got. Read the precept that you got. Read the precept that you got, Kawathum. Start at 21.
Another one. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, verse 21. For he hath made him to be sin for us,
who
knew no sin.
Who knew what?
Who knew no sin. That we might be made the righteousness of Salakia, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him.
Right. The man Christ, he knew no sin. Christ didn't sin at all. But in Hebrews 7:27, it says to offer up sacrifice first for his own sins and then for the people's. For this he did once when he offered up himself. When Christ died on that cross, on that cross for us, he died for two things. He died for the sins that he did as Adam. For the darkness that Adam put in this earth, he died for that. And second, he died to be the mediator from us and to God, to make us come back into a covenant with God because we destroyed it. We lost, we split under the reign of King Solomon. That's how we split, because of the sins of King Solomon. We're going to get to that as well, sir.
Salakia, sir. So is that, does him, when he rose again, does that have something to do with him being reincarnated into Christ of the no sin?
No. Christ was a perfect man. He didn't sin at all in his life. When he rose again, that was resurrection. He rose in that same literal body. That's why he said, don't touch me till I ascend to your Father and my Father in John 20, because he had to get a new body. He had to get a new body. That body that he was in, seeing corruption, it was decaying. So Christ, that man, had no sin at all. But right here, what we reading is that he had to sacrifice for his own sins as Adam and as Solomon. That's why he had to die. And then he had to die for us as well. So
sir.
Yeah, right. Let's get Romans 5:14. Let's get Romans 5:14. And that was it too, right? On the one y'all?
Yeah, if I may, sir. Yeah, if I may, last real quick, just to make sure it's all summed up. Mm-hmm. When Christ died on that cross, he died for the sins that he did as Adam, because he was Adam. That's what people really need to understand. Christ was Adam, and that's why it says first for his own sins, because we know Christ didn't sin at all. That's it.
Yeah, I'm right. Man.
Salakia, sir, I have the scripture if you want.
All right, you got it, boy.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 14. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses.
Right, death reigned from Adam to Moses, meaning from what Adam did from his mistake, it carried on throughout his generations, all the way until we became a nation. Even as a nation, we continued in the same pattern as Adam. Read on.
Even over them that had not sinned after Salakia, the similitude of Adam's transgression.
Right. Even over them, right? They have not sinned. Right? Read on.
Who is the figure of him that was to come?
Right. Which is talking about who?
Christ.
How we know that's talking about Christ?
Because we spoke of it when it said from Adam to Moses.
Right.
From Adam to Moses. Right? And the thing is, Christ did not sin. Right? But he came in the similitude, right? Meaning he is the same man that made that mistake. Now he came back as Christ to correct that mistake. Y'all with me? Remember what Moses said, that one from amongst your brothers, right? The Lord is going to send a prophet that's like me from amongst your brothers. I'm paraphrasing, right? Talking about how Christ was going to come and get things right, right? This is what was always the point of his return, to make things right. All right? You can drop that. So that's it for Adam, right?
Come.
Let's get to the next one.
All right. Now we finna break down Melchizedek. Are any of y'all familiar with Melchizedek?
Nah.
Okay. Melchizedek, he appeared. We're going to get to that. Let's start at John 1 and 1. Somebody hold me John 1 and 1. Tazarok hold me Hebrews 7 and 3. And Kamar hold me Genesis 1 and 2. Kawatham get me John 1 and 1. And Tazarok get me Hebrews 7 and 3. So I'm going to break down, right, who Melchizedek is, right? So Melchizedek, he appeared to Abraham in Genesis chapter 14 to receive tithes of him after Abraham slaughtered a king and got riches and all that, right? So let's just start at John 1 and 1. Let's just start there. You got it?
John 1? John 1 or John 2?
John chapter 1 and verse 1. Not First John. John chapter 1 and 1. Because Christians use this scripture to, try to prove Christ is God and all this. But really, what John is saying in chapter 1 has nothing to do with that at all. Read that. John chapter 1 and verse 1.
Okay. It's the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the word, Slakia. And the word was with God. And the word was God.
In the beginning. So what are we talking about? Genesis. We're talking about in the beginning, in creation. Was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. The Hebrew word for God is Elohim, or modern people say Elohim or whatever. That means power. The word was power, and the word was with God. So who was in the beginning? Shah just read you that scripture on Revelations 22, where it says Christ is the beginning. Christ was in the beginning. Adam was in the beginning. Melchizedek was in the beginning. But we're going to get to that, how Melchizedek is Christ, right? So in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. The word was power. Now let's get to when the word was with God. Give me Genesis 1 and 2, whoever got it. And this right here, this is a cut to Christians, the Trinitarian belief, Jesus is God, all that. This is a cut to it because Melchizedek himself, he was in the beginning. So you know how Christians say the Holy Spirit, God, and Christ is 3 in 1. Melchizedek will have to join that 3 and make it 4 because Melchizedek was in the beginning. If we're going off Christianity theology. Give me that Genesis 1 and 2.
Salaki, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. What's the Spirit of God? The angels. Christ. That's the Spirit of God. The Most High created Yahweh, as we know today. And Yahweh then created all things. That's what Colossians 1 say. All things was created by Yahweh, right? Let's go to Hebrews 7 and 3. Kamar. Start at verse 1. You there?
Sir, I'm here.
Go ahead.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 3.
Start at verse 1.
Verse 1. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings.
Right, stop right there. Tazarok, give me Genesis 14 and 17. If you still with us. Read on.
Slack.
Read on.
To whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all. First being by interpretation, king of righteousness,
Mm-hmm.
and after that also king of Salem, which is king of peace,
Mm-hmm.
without father, without mother, without descent, having neither beginning of days,
Having
nor
neither what?
having neither beginning of days,
Mm-hmm.
nor end of life.
Beginning of days. That means he was here before time. He was here before the world was created. He had no beginning of days. You can't mark in time when this man was created. But they also say that about Christ, right or wrong. Let's get I'll read it. Revelations 1:8. Where it says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending. They say that about Christ as well. So if, like I said, if we go on Christianity belief, that would mean it's two men that was, in the beginning, creating everything. But that's not what the Bible says. It says Christ was there. Colossians, like I said, Colossians 1 says Christ was the one that was creating all things. And we're here to tell you Christ is Melchizedek. Christ is that. Christ is Melchizedek. Right? You got that on Genesis 14?
Come.
Mm-hmm. This was when Melchizedek appeared to Abraham.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 14 and verse 17. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Kedorlaomer. And the kings that were with him at the valley of Sheba, which is the king's dale. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and he blessed him and said, Blessed be Abraham of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth.
Mm-hmm.
And blessed be the Most High God, which hath delivered thine enemies into thy hand. And he gave him tithes of all.
Right. And Abraham paid tithes to Melchizedek. That's what Abraham did. So Abraham, right? So Melchizedek appeared to Abraham after Abraham went and conquered those kings and got their riches, and appeared to him and took tithes, 10% of the riches that he had, right? So is Christ a high priest? I'm asking a question.
Come.
Christ is a high priest, right? That's in Hebrews chapter 6, verse 20. It tells you Christ is a high priest. Melchizedek is also a high priest. So what we saying? What we saying here? What we saying here? What that mean? Go ahead.
And then, if I could just add as well, like Christ said he was in the beginning, right? This is the first mention of a high priest before he even became a nation. Well, Abraham seen this man and seen how great he was and gave him 10% of everything he had. So who was this man in the beginning? Right? God, I just want to add that.
Right. Come. What's on Christ, sir? Yeah, that's true. That's true because, like how you said, this was before the Levites.
Mm-hmm.
This was way before the Levites. This was before Israel was established as a nation, and Abraham giving him 10% to this high priest, which Christ is also a high priest. So with Melchizedek, the way you understand that Melchizedek is Yahushua is through comparison. Because like I said, the beginning, he had no beginning of days. Christ tells you himself he is the beginning. He was in the beginning. Christ tell you that. Melchizedek in Hebrews 7, The whole Hebrews 7 is talking about Melchizedek. It tells you Melchizedek had no beginning of days, right? So if we go, like I said, if we go off Christian theology, right, this would mean that there is a man better or equal to Christ. If we go off Christian theology, because this man right here, we are priests after the order of Melchizedek. Christ is a priest after the order of Melchizedek. And he was in the beginning. Melchizedek was in the beginning, had no beginning of days, no father, no descent, no nothing, was made as the Son of God. That's what the verse says.
Who else is called the Son of God, if I could add? Throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. My bad.
Anybody can answer?
No, you can continue on. They got to answer.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Yahweh, they call him the Son of God. And that's what Christians will tell you. They will tell you that Melchizedek isn't better or equal to Christ because he's the Son of God, which will cut them because Christ is also the Son of God. This whole thing is just a cut within itself. But somebody give me Colossians 1:16, Bible Kushah. Because, right, Christ being made, Christ making all things and, create here in the beginning and in the end, and as Adam, what you gotta understand is the Lord used Yahweh to establish order on earth and in heaven. But in what form did he establish earth and heaven? As just the man Christ? It's like my screen frozen. Can y'all hear me?
God, we can hear you. Yes.
Come on. Did Christ establish order in heaven and earth as the man Christ, or as we just broke down, as Adam? He just came as Adam, messed up, and he had to come back as Yahushua and set things straight. So the Lord always used Christ to establish order. Christ has preeminence. He has the most rank out of everybody, out of all the angels, out of all the humans, out of everybody. He is second to the Most High. So the Most High uses Christ to establish everything. And Melchizedek is just another, I wouldn't say form, but Melchizedek is Christ. That's who he is. So give me Colossians 1:16. And this right here gonna prove. Go ahead.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 1 and verse 16. For by him were all things created.
Read verse 15.
Salaki. Who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature?
The what?
The firstborn of every creature.
Christ was the first man in the truth. Christ was the firstborn of every creature, of the angels, of every celestial being. Christ was the firstborn of it. But Melchizedek had no beginning of days either. So what's going on here, Tazarot? Talk to me. What's going on here? Melchizedek, he had no beginning of days either. So was Christ, the man Christ, as we know today, the firstborn, or is Melchizedek is Christ? Let me know, Tazarot. What you thinking?
So, like is as they say, it's an uncanny resemblance.
Read on.
Come. For by all him were things created that are in heaven.
For by him.
Salaki. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him.
All things were created by him and for him. Like I said, Christ has the most rank, the most preeminence. Everything is supposed to be subject unto him, because that's what I think it tells you this. It tells you this in this verse. Read on. So like,
Come with God. And he is before all things.
And he is what?
And he is before all things.
That's another, resemblance. He is before all things. Melchizedek is the beginning. He has no beginning of days. He's before it as well. They are the same person. Melchizedek and Christ is the same person. And read on, not jump. Mm-hmm.
Come. And by him all things consist.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning.
Who is the what?
Who is the beginning.
Read on.
The firstborn from the dead.
Read on.
That in all things he might have the preeminence.
How was Christ the firstborn from the dead? Was Christ the first man ever to be resurrected, to ever come up out of the grave? Anybody? Oh, I'll give it to you. No, Christ wasn't the first man to come up out the grave. The firstborn of the dead is spiritual. Christ was the first man in the truth. As who? As Adam. That's how he's the firstborn of the dead. Because he was the first man ever to be in the truth. What it says, Adam was made a living soul. The breath of life was put into Adam. And that is Christ. Christ is Adam. So Christ is the firstborn of the dead because he is Adam. Adam was the first man to ever be in the truth. Adam was the man that was taken up from the dust of the earth to be made alive. We don't wait. That in all things he might have the preeminence. That in all things, this is why he's the firstborn of the dead. This is why he's the beginning. So in all things, in everything, in every category, he would have the preeminence. He would have the most rank, the most authority out of every creature. That's why. Read on.
Come. For it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell.
Should all fullness dwell. Not a little bit. Not let's just let Melchizedek be a whole other person and let him have no beginning of days and create everything. No. All fullness. Every single thing would be, what to say, for it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell. In Christ should all fullness dwell. Read the next verse.
Come. And having made peace throughout the blood of his cross, by him to reconcile all things unto himself.
Stop. What does it mean to reconcile something?
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
To fix or correct it.
To fix or correct it. Anybody else?
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kind of what he said, but like to bring back the order in which things work.
To bring back the order. It means to restore. That's what the word means. To restore all things unto himself. How can he restore all things unto himself if he didn't make all things? If Christ was just here one time on the earth, how can he restore all things unto himself if all things doesn't consist by Christ? Anybody can answer that? You can't restore something that you didn't once have. Christ lost it because of what he did as Adam. That's why Christ came and died. That's why when he was on the cross, he said, Father, forgive them because they know not what they do. They don't know because I'm the one that made them not as Adam. I'm the one that put them in darkness as Adam. So Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. I'll take it. I'll die on the cross because they don't know what they're doing. Because I'm the reason. As Adam in my past life, I'm the reason that they sin today. Where it says Adam was made a living soul. A living soul. He wasn't made to give life. Christ was made to give life. So that's why what it says, he had to restore all things unto himself because he lost all things. He lost the power that he had as Melchizedek. He lost the power that he had as Adam. So that's why he had to come as Christ and restore all things unto himself. He had to come and die to restore, bring it back. I'm going to die and everything's going to be brought back to me. Read on.
Come on. Salakia, and having made peace through the blood of his cross, by him to reconcile all things unto himself. By him I say, whether they be in earth or things in heaven.
Whether they be things in earth or in heaven. So in heaven, who was Christ in heaven? Before the Romans and the man Christ, the name Christ came onto the earth, who was he in heaven? I'm asking y'all in the class. We talking about it right now.
Salaki.
You said something more? Go ahead, Tazura.
He would be the firstborn creature.
No, what was his name? What was his name in heaven? The name that he was when he created all things in heaven. But before Christ, before the name that we have today, Yahweh Shai, before that name, who was he before that name?
Salakia.
When he created all things in heaven, when he created the earth, when he was the beginning, who was he? What was his name?
Go ahead, Kamar, if you're gonna say it.
Salakia, was it Melchizedek?
Yes, that's who he was. That's who he created. The Lord created Melchizedek, and through Melchizedek, he created all things in heaven, established order in heaven, and through Adam, he was supposed to establish order in earth. But that's why Christ is now here, because Adam failed that job. So Christ lost it. Christ lost the power he had as Adam and as Melchizedek. Now give me John 17:5. Somebody give me John 17:5. This is gonna bring it full circle. And somebody else hold me John 8:56. Somebody, John 17:5. Go ahead, read when you got it.
The book of John, chapter 17, verse 5. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
Before the world what?
Before the world was.
So what glory did Christ have that he lost before the world was? The glory he had as Melchizedek. The power that he had as Melchizedek and the power that he had as Adam. He lost it. So Christ prayed to the Lord, glorify me. Give me back my glory that I had before that I had with you. Remember John 1:1. In the beginning, the word was with God. Remember that? That I had with you before the world was, before creation. It was me and you, Father. Give me back that glory. I had that glory as Melchizedek. Now give it to me back, because now I died. I'm about to go on this cross. This John 17 is Yahweh Shai praying. I'm about to go on this cross and sacrifice my life so I could earn back everything that I lost. So I could reconcile it, so I could restore it back to me. Give me John 8:56. This is gonna be my last one on Melchizedek.
Come on. It's the book of John, chapter 8, and verse 56. Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day.
When did Abraham rejoice?
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Salakia, sir. I was gonna say, whenever he seen Melchizedek.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah, you can get confident in yourself.
There you go. Come on. There you go. There you go. That's what it is. There you go, Tazra. You understand it. I'm glad I ain't saying this for nothing. The water. You understand it. That's what it is.
Right.
He rejoiced when he seen Melchizedek. And you know when he also rejoiced? When he seen Christ. This is twofold. Abraham was what? Reincarnated back into this earth. Abraham ain't know he was Abraham. But whenever he seen Christ, Christ knew that it was Abraham. And he rejoiced. But this is also talking about Melchizedek when he came and appeared to him. Let me ask y'all this. If an angel come appear to y'all after you destroy some kings and get riches and ask for 10% and say the Most High bless you, shit, I'm rejoicing. hey, we rejoicing. Yeah, let's just be practical. Like it. Drop down to verse 58.
Come, verse 58. Yahushua said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am.
Before Abraham was, I am. How was Christ before Abraham?
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
He was the man without father nor beginning of days.
Give me his name.
Melchizedek.
There you go. That's how he was before Abraham. That's how he was before Abraham. And how else was he before Abraham? Adam. Christ is Adam. That's all I got for right now. So like,
if I could, can I add one in the
Go ahead, sir.
In the fold? Let me get Hebrews 7:14. You know what I mean? This is heavy what you was bringing out. Like, as Melchizedek, he established order in heaven, and as Adam, he had to establish order on earth. You know what I'm saying? And he messed that up. Appeared to Abraham, and Abraham rejoiced and knew that that same spirit is gonna come back on this earth to restore everything right again.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And this verse gonna tie it together as well too. Let's get Hebrews 7:14. Whoever got that can read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Right, nothing concerning priesthood, because the priests are who? What tribe?
Tribe of Levi.
Tribe of Levi. But Christ comes out the tribe of what? Judah. But the Bible also mentions that he's what?
High priest.
High priest. So how is it that a Judite is a high priest? Read on.
Come. And it is yet far more evident for that after the similitude.
Read that one more time. After the what?
For that after the similitude.
The what?
The similitude.
The word similitude means same. Similar, the same. Read on.
Of Melchizedek. There ariseth another priest.
Priest. That's not going to be the same as a Levite, but he's going to be the same as who?
Melchizedek.
There you have it. You know, because Christ is what?
Melchizedek.
I don't know what else to tell you, y'all. You know what I'm saying? What else? There you have it. You all right?
If I
you
may,
want to move on? Go ahead, no one, y'all.
Last thing, I want everybody to really emphasize the reconcile in Colossians 1:20, because that proves everything. Because how can he lose something he never had? If Christ wasn't here before, if Christ didn't create heaven as Melchizedek, if Christ didn't establish order on earth as Adam, or was supposed to establish order on earth as Adam, how can he restore that back to him if he never had that power? He can't restore it if he never had it. So that's, everybody just emphasize that point of Christ reconciling everything in heaven and everything in earth back to him, because that's really important to understand this breakdown. So like,
damn right. You know what I'm saying? Christ is known as the Prince of Peace. Well, that's Melchizedek's name. You know why? Because they the same people. You know what I mean? He came to reconcile peace on earth. All right. So you want to move on to the next one? We got Isaac.
Yeah, come.
Let's get Isaac.
Last thing, sir, and also
Mhm.
in Hebrews 7, where it says Melchizedek is the king of righteousness, Christ is also the king of righteousness because he lived the most perfect life. We follow, Christ is our blueprint. He's the king of righteousness as well. Because, why I say as well, because they're the same person. Christ lived the perfect life. Christ is our blueprint. Everything we do is to model ourselves after Christ. So like,
Damn right. Damn right. Let's get Isaac real quick. Any questions, feel free to ask. Any questions, feel free to ask. Let's get an Isaac real quick. Where we going? We going to let me get Matthew 1:1. Matthew 1:1.
I got it.
Matt, go ahead, Ward.
Matthew chapter 1, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
The book of the generation of Jesus Christ.
The generations of Jesus Christ, right? This is talking about Christ. Read on.
The son of David.
The son of David. The Bible is just saying that Christ right now is the son of David. That's what it just said. How is he the son of David when he was born generations after David was born or walked the earth? All right, that's another clue to show you who Christ was. But we're going to move past that because that's not who we talk about right now. Read on.
The son of Abraham.
The son of who?
Abraham.
The son of Abraham. How is he the son of Abraham when he was born generations after? Who did Abraham give birth to?
Well,
Go ahead.
Isaac.
To Isaac. All right. That's who the covenant was established with Isaac. Well, the Bible just called Yahushua the son of Abraham. You know how? Because Yahushua was Isaac. Let me get that in Hebrews 11:17.
Hey, y'all gotta read that book of Hebrews, man. Hebrews got everything for you.
Right. It tells you the whole blueprint. It tells you everything. Starting from Adam all the way to Solomon. All right, let's get Hebrews 11:17.
Hebrews 11:17.
Mm-hmm.
By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac.
He offered up who?
Isaac.
Right, because that's who his son is or was Isaac. Right? But Bible just referred to Christ the same thing. That he was Abraham's son. Read on.
Come. And he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Right, like I just said, that's who the covenant was established with. Read on.
Accounting that God was able to raise him up.
That God would do what?
Able to raise him up.
Don't that sound real consistent?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see the consistency of the Bible? Well, the Bible will continuously tell the same story, but through different people. How could that be? Right? Read on.
Even from the dead. From whence also he received him in a figure.
In what?
In a figure.
In figure. That figure, that representation of Isaac is who? Who fits that story so perfectly?
Christ.
Right?
Right? Because Christ is the same as Isaac. Christ is Isaac. That's why. Read on.
By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and worshiped leaning upon the top of his staff.
Right. So that was the end of verse 15 that you read?
Yeah, come.
Right.
End of verse 19.
He said what?
That was the end of verse 19.
God. Read verse 15 one more time.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out. So, like, you mean verse 19, sir?
Verse 15.
The figure is in verse 19.
You read verse 19?
Count. That was Hebrews 11,
Oh my,
17
oh
through
my bad.
19.
I'm looking at the wrong verse. Yeah, 19. My bad.
Count. Accounting that God was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That is talking about Christ, right? Because Christ had the same experience because that spirit carried on back on this earth as Jesus Christ, as himself, right? Because he is the same as Isaac, the son of Abraham, right? And many times he came to restore things on this earth, but he perfected it as Christ.
Right.
All right, you want to grab the next one, Solomon? We only got a few minutes left.
Cool. Matthew 1 and 1. Somebody can read that. We're going back to it. Going back to Matthew 1 and 1. And then if somebody could grab 2 Samuel 7 and 12.
Gone.
Who got Matthew 1?
Salaki, I got it.
Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 1 and verse 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David.
The son of David. Many Christians may think like Matthew, right here, verse 1, is just, listing the lineage. No, Matthew is telling you who this person was. Matthew is telling you who Christ was, who the son he was of. That's what Matthew is telling you. He's not just listing the lineage in verse 1. He's actually telling you that Christ was this person, the son of David, which is who? Solomon. So now let's get 2 Samuel 7 and 12.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 7, verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom.
Right, this is talking about the kingdom. Wait, let me read on. It's a lot.
Come. He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
Right, so he's talking to King David right here, right? Did King Solomon's throne last forever? Did his kingdom last forever?
Lies, sir.
Lies. His kingdom split after who? Rehoboam or Jeroboam? One of his sons.
Yeah,
that's when That's when it was just over with, because he sinned against the Lord. But right here it said his kingdom will last forever. So obviously this is talking about Solomon, but this might be Solomon in another life. Read on.
Come. I will be his father.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall be my son.
Who's the literal son of God in the Bible? Like who people say that is? They say that's Christ, right?
Okay.
Right, read on. And who established the son and father dynamic between God and us? Christ. He the one that established that whole dynamic. Right? Read on.
Okay. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men.
Did Solomon sin?
Okay.
Did Solomon pay for those sins?
La, sir.
You sure?
Okay.
Oh,
The scripture just said, if he commit iniquity, I would chasten him with this rod of men. Who got chastened with the rod of men?
Christ.
Christ. Because what?
Christ is Solomon.
Exactly. There you go.
There you go. There you have it.
Solomon.
My bad.
Solomon. Lions there, my man. Solomon committed iniquity, but he didn't get chastened with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men. That didn't happen to Solomon, but it happened to Christ. That's why in Hebrews 7:27, he died first for his own sins. As who? As Adam and as Solomon. He died first for it. Then he died for us. That's good on that. You want the last two, sir?
All right. I'll just go straight to Acts. I'll just go straight to that one.
Come.
Let me get Acts 2:36, Baba Kasha, for time's sake. Other precepts to prove that Christ was Solomon is Revelations 22:16, Psalms 110. All right, did you want to still break down Psalms 110?
No, that's too well. We ran out of time, sir.
All right. Yeah, Psalms 110, Matthew 22:41 and 46. Right? If you want to write these down in your arsenal, right, that also proves that Christ was Solomon. But I'm going to get this verse to conclude that Christ was Solomon in Acts chapter 2, verse 36.
The book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 36. Therefore, let all the house of Israel know assuredly that God have made that Salakia, that God have made that same Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let's start up a little bit. Let's start up with verse 29.
The book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 29. Men and brethren, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David, that he is both dead and buried, and his
sepulcher, like his tombstone. Right, read on.
Sepulcher is with us unto this day. Therefore, being a prophet, and knowing that God had sworn with an oath to him that of the fruit of his loins, according to the flesh, he would raise up Christ to sit on his throne.
Didn't it not? No one y'all just read that he said Solomon was going to establish the throne?
Okay.
But the Bible says Christ. But David is a prophet. He knew that he was Christ. Jump me down to verse 34.
Go. For David is not ascended into the heavens, but he saith himself, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou on my right hand, until I make thy foes thy footstool.
Right. When David spoke these in Psalm, he was speaking this directly to Solomon. But being a prophet, he called his own son Lord because he knew that the spirit that was in him been here before.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? This is his offspring, but he's calling him Lord. Right? And he's saying how the Most High says to his Lord, sit on my right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. Right? David knew that this spirit is Christ, because Solomon and Christ are the same people. Read on.
Come on, Salakia. Therefore, let all the house of Israel know assuredly that God hath made that same Jesus, whom ye have crucified, both Lord and Christ.
God had made the same, right?
That's true.
Yahweh Shai Mashiach, the same, right there. It says it right there. He is the same person. He is Solomon.
Like,
right? And this, go ahead.
Damn, they saying Jesus was Solomon. That's literally what that
That's
same Jesus.
mm-hmm.
That nigga Solomon was Jesus, and there's another Jesus. That's good night. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And he guess what? He was crucified, meaning he was beaten with the stripes of man.
Come.
You know what I mean? Because he is Solomon, right? So that's it right there. We want to grab the last one. We're gonna close it out with this. It's getting real late.
Come.
The water for everybody that's still rocking out. This is gonna be the last one we gonna close it out with. What you want to close it out with? The one Yala.
You ain't want to do all three of them?
Oh man, we ain't got time for
Yeah.
all three. You want to do Hebrews 10?
Yeah, that's the walk.
Alright.
We can do Hebrews 10 and 7. Somebody could read that.
The water, everybody that's bearing with us. We know it's kind of late, right? But this is information that you won't find nowhere else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hebrews 10 and 7. Anybody got it?
The book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 7. Then said I, Lo, I come, in the volume of the book it is written of me, to do thy will, O God.
Right. Yahushua, he comes in the volume of the book. The whole Bible is written about Christ. Why? Because Adam sinned, and now the whole Bible talks about how the Israelites sinned. Solomon, the northern and southern kingdom. Melchizedek established order. Isaac is one of the patriarchs of Israel. Then Yahushua, now we all follow him, and our whole life is based on following him. The whole Bible, like in Colossians 1 and 19, it pleased the Father for all fullness to dwell in him. So the whole Bible is about this one man, Yahushua. This one man in 4 different bodies. 5 different bodies. It's one man. It's all about him. The spirit of Yahushua is throughout the whole Bible, and the spirit of Yahushua is supposed to be and should be throughout all blacks and Hispanics within this earth as well. That's why in where it says in Hebrews chapter 2, it says he's not ashamed to call us brethren, because he makes us the sons of God. Him, Yahushua, he makes us the son of God. We can't go to the Father without him, because it pleased the Father for all fullness to dwell in this one man. Everything. Christ is everything the Bible speaks about. The law, the commandments. Christ came so we could understand the spirit of the law, and now we understand the spirit of the law in the ISUPK, and now we serve Yahushua in the ISUPK to bring him back. So now all fullness will dwell in him. Everything in heaven and everything in earth, the thrones, the principalities, the dominions, everything would dwell in Yahushua Mashiach. That's all
right.
Like
Damn right. If I could add as well too, you know what I mean? Like, if you understand that you keep coming back on this earth, right? And Christ came back and messed up, came back to get it right, came back, and he finally fulfilled it, right? This is a lesson for us to learn that now in this present time is for you to make things right.
Right.
Think about all the times you may have messed up, even in your present life, the life before. This is why we in the condition that we in right now. You dig what I'm saying? And guess what? If we don't get it right now, when we come back in the next life, guess what? We're gonna be in the same condition. You dig what I'm saying? So now is the time to get it right in this lifetime. So the next lifetime we can sit back and rejoice.
Come. And if I may, don't think you above. Don't think you above punishment, because as we read, Christ had to die first for his sins than for ours. Don't think you above that punishment. If you hear these words that we speaking and you don't, want to come into the truth and actually seek the knowledge of the Lord, don't think that you above having to die for your sins. Don't think you above it, because you ain't better than Christ. Christ had to come and get it right. We got to get it right. We got to get it right as well. So lucky. That's all I got.
With that, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the class. The water, Austin, the one, ya Allah. Heavy class, you know what I'm saying? Brother came through, dropped the information. The water, Officer Kamar. Oh, we got Oscar Kanak in the building, but brother was quiet the whole time, man. Shalom, Oscar Kanak.
Hey, shalom,
You know, Trupataza Rock, Trupa Kawatham, everybody in the chat, man. The water, sis, Bayana, Most High in Christ, Barking Wolf, Ratazah. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe for more information and topics like these. Right, we're gonna continue on with more. Damn right, Shalom Yabashukta. You know what I mean? We're gonna continue with more topics like these. Let me know if you whatever y'all can think of. Send us a comment in the video. Put in the comment in the video. What we want to break down next. What myth you heard that you want us to dispel or prove in the Bible. You know what I mean? We got the answers for y'all. So with that, man, Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Israel.